Welcome back to Rising. Lindsey, what's in your lens today?
I've got a lot to say as usual. So nobody's getting under MAGA's skin quite like California Governor Gavin Newsom. And it's not just comical, it's actually effective. Every cable news channel is talking about him weekly, if not daily. Newsom, who many believe is a likely contender for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2028, has taken a page straight from Donald Trump's playbook. He's leaning into Trump's bombastic posting style and serving it back to him stunt for stunt. I mean, his trolling includes a Photoshop image of Mount Rushmore with his face on it, a mock-up of himself as a king on the cover of Time magazine, and even an AI-generated image of Newsom surrounded by Tucker Carlson, the late Hulk Hogan, and Kid Rock before writing in all caps that he actually hates Kid Rock. It sounds silly, and that's the point. The deja vu effect is meant to hold a mirror up to the Trump world, showing Republicans exactly how absurd their tactics look from the outside in. And let's be honest, I think it's working. The numbers back it up. CNN's chief data analyst, Harry Enton, and also Robbie's favorite pollster, says the X account for Newsom's press office has seen a 450% increase in followers since June. Google searches for Newsom, well, those are up 1,300% since June and 500% just since August 1st. Those are the kinds of surges you don't see without some traction. And here's the deeper story behind the strategy. In a recent interview with Fox 11 Los Angeles, Newsom explained the moment he decided to put his foot down against Trump.
I think it connects here in LA and the fires. And how he was completely misrepresenting the facts, misinformation, disinformation. Elon Musk was piling on as well.
You were really angry that he spoke to you then. And I've never seen you angrier than that.
Yeah, because I've never seen anything like it. In the middle of emergency, all the lies, all the misrepresentations, all the untruths, and they became gospel and they were spread around the world. And it was a big wake-up call. And we got back on our feet and we got back on the offense.
And he wasn't done there.
And then when the National Guard was federalized, what the hell is going on? Mm-hmm. You saw ICE out here today. You know what that is? That is a preview for things to come. Mark my word. I said this a couple months ago with the National Guard. I said that was a preview for the rest of the country. That's exactly what happened in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. That's going to continue to happen across this country unless we're successful. Yes, I've changed. The facts have changed. We need to change. Mm-hmm. And we need to stand up to this authoritarian.
Now, people can argue that Newsom is lowering himself by mocking the president, but one thing you can't deny is that it's been effective. And that's not just Democrats talking. Even Steve Bannon is giving him credit. Bannon told Politico, quote, "If you look at the Democratic Party, he's at least getting up there, and he's trying to intimidate a Trumpian vision of fighting, right? He looks like the only person in the Democratic Party who's organizing a fight they can feel that they actually can win." He went on to say, quote, "People in the MAGA movement and the America First movement should start paying attention to this because it's not going to go anywhere. They're only going to get more intense." So here's the thesis. Gavin Newsom isn't just trolling Donald Trump. He's stress testing a strategy. And the numbers, the buzz, and even Trump's allies all suggest that it's working. For years, Democrats have struggled to figure out how to fight Trump on his own turf. Newsom might have just cracked the code.
Think so, hey?
Yes, gruesome Newsom, like you say.
Look.
Don't sigh. Don't sigh. It's funny.
He's putting his name in. Is it? No, it's not funny.
What are you saying?
It's not taco fun. You laugh. Funny. I don't mean this as a criticism. You laugh very easily.
No,
you are a fun-filled, joyous person. My heart and soul are black and dark and angry.
I am easily tickled, but taco was funny. After airing it several times on our show, I finally laughed because even, Jeanine Pirro was behind Trump laughing when it first came out and a reporter asked about taco. So why can't I laugh and Jeanine Pirro on his staff can laugh?
You are allowed to laugh. Gavin Newsom is getting himself a lot of attention, and getting yourself attention does help you. It's a name recognition game. I always say this, that people, or pundits especially, because we pundits are paying such close attention to everyone in politics at all times, we often miss the fact that people who are not paid to consume political content constantly, don't know all of these characters as intricately as well as we do.
Right.
In the same way that I don't know, how to perform brain surgery because it's not my job. Brain surgeons know how to do that. I follow sports not very closely at all. I don't know all the people in sports the way sports commentators do. It's that kind of effect. So name recognition does really help you because a lot of the voters don't have time to pay as close attention to politics. God bless them. Some days I wish I was one of them. So Gavin Newsom getting his name out there, being constantly covered in the news for these antics, I think will certainly help him.
And also help the Democratic
help
Party
him get the nomination.
find a response to Trump. There has been a criticism outside of connect back with the everyday working American, connect back with your constituents, which people felt that they've been out of touch. Also, do something has been the other criticism. Say something, respond. Why would you sit back for years and not codify Roe v. Wade, but then whine and complain
He's not
that
doing things. He's tweeting.
Well, no, he actually is pushing forward a vote on redistricting, unlike your boys in Texas who are just pushing it down the pike without asking the voters what they want. He actually is asking people in California, would you like to move forward with these new maps, and allowing them to put it on the ballot on November 4th. He's going about it, the way that we want our government to be run, which is of the people, for the people, and not just of whatever political party thinks it suits them best to get 5 seats in order to win the midterm because policies won't allow you to win them.
No.
See, you do this every time. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she's like, sometimes Robbie just is like, I don't have to say that. You can't tell me to do that. That's not a legitimate
You can't tell me what to do.
You have to respond here. What say you? Is Newsom not effective? I brought up Enton on purpose to bring up the fact that his Harry Enton on purpose to bring up the fact that his numbers are growing so rapidly
I can see that. He might very well be the next Democratic nominee. I think he's in the top 3 most likely ones for sure.
Effective communication style. If you like Trump's, you would compare both of those.
I'm not like a warped partisan Republican.
Fighting fire with fire.
Everything Democrats do is, especially in terms of political tactics, I still dislike his policies intensely. I would not want to live in a state that is governed by him. God forbid I have to live in a country that is run by him. That would be a cruel fate. But for all I know, that's the fate I will suffer in 2028.
Well, it's so crazy. We're all okay. And a lot of people felt the same way that you feel about living under anything that Newsom does. The same way if President Trump won a second term. And look, we are surviving.
All I know,
look at us.
I guess
except we just have federal authorities all over D.C. But aside from that,
shut down all of the schools, lock us in our homes, force us to wear. He would outsource governance to the most far left radical health department, and then he would go get dinner at the French Laundry.
You know what? A lot of things happened during the pandemic that caused people to get in a little bit of a spiral, get obsessive about it because we had so much time. And I think that you are a little bit too closely connected to this COVID story. You have to let it go. We're 5 years out. You're alive. You're lucky to be here.
I will never.
So many people didn't have the opportunity to just continue breathing. You are alive and healthy and well. You are living a great life. And so you cannot just worry about how you can blame Dr. Fauci every day that you have this mask off your face. You have to free yourself from that.
That's fine. I'm a single issue voter. COVID. I will vote only and on the basis of which candidate I think will be less likely to do all of those horrible things again if a pandemic hit us.
A pandemic happens once every how often? Like, it was a once in a lifetime situation. It's not going to happen again. I know, but if you look at history, Spanish flu, if you look at historians, this was probably expected to come. Like, usually big waves like pandemic,
Dr. Fauci is doing his best
happen.
to make sure another one happens very soon. So I'm not going to...
You're going down conspiracy theory rabbit hole. I want to talk facts, Robbie. Okay. Dr. Fauci is not trying to make another pandemic happen.
Well,
nobody wants that to happen.
We're having
again.
a guest later today, and we'll talk about it.
It's going to be 2 against 1
for how this all went down.
Fine.
Coming up, a new post from Trump takes aim at the Smithsonian, and it's sparked debate over how our museums should depict American history. We have more on that next. Stay with us.